We're looking now at internal assessments, which are a core part of your quality assurance and improvement programme. And if you want to look at the specific standard, it's standard 1310 within the IPPF. In terms of the type of activity that comes under the remit of an internal assessment, there's two main areas. The first is ongoing monitoring, and the second is a more formal assessment of conformance with standards. We're going to look at both of these in turn. Firstly, ongoing monitoring. And ongoing monitoring really are the type of things that you probably do every day as part of running the internal audit function. It's the quality control you build into all of your working practices, the file reviews, the sign-off of reports before they're issued to your customers, the briefing, the ways you look after your team. Ongoing monitoring also covers things such as getting stakeholder feedback from people that have recently been audited or the senior team, and also the ongoing quality assurance or maybe cold file reviews you have internal audit managers undertaking. Also, you should be considering if you use any performance indicators, what they're telling you in terms of ongoing performance management, and how you're progressing perhaps with action plans to develop the function as a result of previous assessments or of particular things that you've agreed with audit committee or management. Now we'll think about how all of that activity contributes to the overall quality of internal audit, but it's not just conformance with standards, it's also about continuous improvement, just always trying to be better as an internal audit function. So firstly, a suggestion for you, and that's to develop a plan, a quality plan, that you can use with the audit committee and management that shows what you're planning to do, where you're reporting it, to whom, when and why. Now we're at the more formal part of the internal assessment, which is an assessment of conformance with internal auditing standards. And this can be undertaken by someone within the internal audit team. And actually, I think it's quite good to get the team involved in this. But it could also be someone else in your organisation who does have relevant internal audit experience. And what you should be doing there is sufficient work to be able to form a view of your conformance with internal auditing standards and the code of ethics. And a sensible way of doing that is really to start off by making sure that you understand the IPPF. Whoever's undertaking the assessment needs to understand that, and then work through each of the standards and undertake an initial assessment, and then maybe talk to colleagues to get their views as well. They should be assessing conformance for each standard and really seeking to get evidence to support that assertion. Use the implementation guidance that is available to help you interpret what the standards are requiring of your internal audit function and to help you come up with a sensible self-assessment, and then put together an action plan. And then I suggest in subsequent years that you, after you've undertaken a self-assessment, you undertake some follow-up activity, or perhaps you could focus on areas of change that may be changes to internal audit standards, or maybe changes to the way that you have worked as a team. Maybe you've updated your methodology. And this is an important point as well. Don't just think about conformance with standards. Your internal assessment should be helping you consider all the time if you're continually improving. And use these two elements together, your ongoing monitoring and your self-assessment, to see what they're telling you in terms of everyday ongoing assessment of how good your internal audit function is. So that's a quick run through the internal assessments. As you can see, it's quite straightforward. Many of those activities I'm sure you already undertake. I often see internal audit functions have these in place, but in their mind they're not necessarily a quality assurance and improvement programme, and they absolutely are.